My name is Ernest. I was drafted and went to Fort Meade, Maryland for my basic training. Then I transferred into the Air Force, and that's where I served all my time. In May of '44, that is when the war escalated. It got to the point that they couldn't get enough men in the air. They were losing the battle. Ordinarily, you fly one or two sorties a week. They put us on a daily sortie. Sometimes we'd fly 2 times a day, 2 missions. We were fighting against the Germans. The lead pilot looks over to the left, and I could see it because I was in a turret right behind him. We were devastated. Then he went to me and he motioned to jump. Jump? I never jumped, even in basic training. I don't remember pulling the ripcord. I don't remember descending. I was so traumatized, I didn't know where I was. I unbuckled the parachute and started flubbing around the water, the waves, and the water was ice cold. It was an early morning mission. I looked behind me, and I seen 2 air-sea rescues from the British, those pontoon planes. And they spotted me. I was the only one that was saved. Never seen anybody from that day to this. As I got out, I didn't know what I was doing. I was a lost person. I had no training for anything. I didn't have any profession. I didn't want to go back to work for 31 cents an hour. The most they was giving us was $20 a week, and that was enough. So I just sort of hung out. I was like one of those millions of other soldiers, lost. I enjoy going to the vets. It's just better than any private facilities. You call, you got a primary doctor, and then they go down the list of your elements. I have a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and I joined the PTSD. And I went in there and met almost everybody there was 100%. They had either Ancient Orange or frozen feet, but I listened to everybody else's story. We had a very good instructor. She had the knowledge because she had been interviewing these soldiers, and she knew more about what was going on than we did, and she'd tell the story, and I was there to get information that I could use that would help me. At that time, I was very much shook up. I couldn't hardly, I cried constantly with anxiety and PTSD, and my psychologist, he's the one what he did, the first thing, he got all my medical records, and the first thing he did, he went down all my medications. He says, no wonder you're dizzy and you're falling down. You got 4 medications for the same thing in different dosages. And he changed all my medications almost immediately. Then he says, you should have a psychiatrist, which I didn't have. He says, I have one I think you should go to. She was very compassionate, and she understood me. And I went to her every week for a year. Gave me a little aspect that somebody was really trying to do something for me, which she did. No, I'm better off now, absolutely. As far as the veteran as he comes out of the service, whether he needs it or not, I think the first time he should get associated with him, get to know the system, get himself a veteran's card, and you never can tell when you need it, and you'll be prepared. Because the longer you're out, there's more things that enter your mind beside your health. You try to make a living for your family. You're trying to do the right thing. They took care of me and done a good job, and these are things that I wouldn't have done on my own. So maybe that's why I'm here at 90 years old.